Chairman and members, as the father of 4 girls, there are very few crimes that shock and appall me as much as the kidnapping and exploitation of a child. Kidnapping is reprehensible for a number of reasons: the innocence and helplessness of the victims, the pain and confusion that a loving parent feels when they don't know where their child is, and the unsettling realization that such an awful crime can take place in our communities. According to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, more than 200,000 children are abducted by family members every year. And law enforcement does a very admirable work to track down the perpetrators of these crimes, but with tens of thousands of cases every year, their resources are stretched thin. And we owe it to these children to make sure that law enforcement agencies have every tool at their disposal to effectively investigate and solve these crimes. A government report found that in 46% in these cases, new addresses for these missing children can be identified through an analysis of tax returns that are filed using either the suspected perpetrators or the missing child's Social Security number. This information could actually lead law enforcement directly to the front door of the kidnapper and the child. And while this type of critical tax information can already be used for federal crimes like terrorist attacks and tracking down fugitives, current law does not allow investigators to access federal tax records to help find an abducted child. The Bipartisan Recovering Missing Children Act fixes this by including missing children cases as an acceptable instance when law enforcement with a warrant can work with the IRS to secure tax information crucial to solving a crime. This is a common sense fix that will actually fill in the information gap. This legislation has been endorsed by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and several law enforcement groups. I ask unanimous consent, Mr. Chairman, to submit letters of support from these organizations into the record.
Without objection.
And I want to thank the chairman for moving this bill forward, as well as members on the committee on both sides of the aisle who have taken the effort to co-sponsor the legislation. Working together, we can absolutely making sure that we can do everything we can to find missing children and reunite them with their families. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.